What up? It's your homeboy Maul the Pimp, aka MTP, and welcome to another edition of Stories from the Pimp. This story I'm gonna tell today, man, is kind of sentimental to me. I'm gonna tell a story about how I met and bonded with VL Mike from the Chopper City Boys, and then the call I got the day that he got killed. You follow what I'm saying? So, for those y'all that don't know, you feel me? The Chopper City Boys was a four-man group that BG released on his record label, Chopper City Records. The group was Hot Killzer, which is BG's little brother, Gar, Snipe, and VL Mike. All four of them were like brothers to me. All four of them were like brothers to me. You follow what I'm saying? So me and Mike had a special little bond though. You follow what I'm saying? And this is how we connected. Here's the crazy part. So one day I'm in the office at Chopper City Records, right? And Carol Dorsey called me back. I'm in my office at the record label. She called me back in her office to do something for her. When I go back there, it's this little skinny black dude in there. I had to walk past him to get to her. You feel me? So when I go back there, I see him. I had to get past him. And here go the crazy part. It was a small space, right? So we had to both had to turn shoulders to for me to get past him. We looked at each other up and down. Neither one of us spoke to each other. We turned shoulders. I looked at him like this. He looked at me the same way. I didn't speak. He didn't speak. You feel me? I went in there and talked to Carol. Had to come back by him again. Same shit. Turn shoulders. Look up and down. We didn't speak. You feel me? I go back into my office. All right.
Hold on, see, I was on some real nigga shit.
Basically, yeah, on some, on some old ego mean mug and shit. Like, you ain't speaking, nigga. I ain't speaking. Fuck it. Well, I don't know who you is. You don't know me. Fuck it. It is what it is, bro. You feel me? We looked at each other in the eye with that look. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say shit. I didn't say shit. So I go back in my office. All right. The next day, Carol calls me into the studio. At the time, we was working on BG's album, The Heart of the Streets Volume 1. So, I'm the studio engineer, so we going through songs, trying to figure out what songs we're going to use for the album and what songs we're going to use to put on mixtapes and shit like that. So we playing different songs. So there's one song she had me pull up. It was a BG song called I Do What I Gotta Do. You feel me? I do what I gotta do to stay out here, because believe me, these cheese eaters be out here. That was the hook right there. So I'm playing the song, listen to it, me and Carl listen to it. BG verse come on first, then here come the hook, you feel me? And then the second verse come on. The second verse is not BG. It's some nigga on there coming in talking about, I've been out here, little boy, you don't know my pain. I got busted uptown 1,000 grams of pure cocaine. I asked Carl, I said, who the fuck is that talking like that? She said, that's VL Mike. I said, who was that? She said, that's who was in here yesterday. I said, Carol, that little skinny black nigga that was in your office, that's him talking like that? She said, Ma, don't let that shit fool you. Mike crazy as a motherfucker. Mike done everything up under the sun. I said, man, Carol, that little dude in the office yesterday, that little skinny, dark-skinned nigga, that's him right there rapping like that, talking that type of shit? Yeah, Ma, this is Mike. Him and Doogie is BG, y'all. Him and Doogie from the same neighborhood. He from my VL too, yeah. They grew up together, woo, this and that. So now I'm thinking, damn, let me listen to the whole verse. He was talking a bunch of gangster shit in the verse and this and that. So I was kind of intrigued by it, because I'm like, what I'm hearing, he don't look like what he rap. You follow what I'm saying? When you look at him, you would think that he in college or some shit like that. You follow what I'm saying? I'm hearing this nigga verse. I'm thinking, okay, what's up with this nigga? So I played a few more songs that he was on. So I'm listening like, okay, this nigga spinning some raw shit right here. Some raw shit, you feel me? So I'm off top feeling the music, even though the first time we met, we didn't speak to each other. About 2 days later, he come back to the office. He come in my office. Now, in my office at the time, my office was decked out. I had like a bunch of decked out, meaning like my wall was full of pictures of me with different people I done met. All my posters and album covers from my previous releases, all that was on the wall and shit like that. You follow what I'm saying? So
hold on, let me plug you. For them to see what you talking about, all they gotta do is go check out your table talks, right. Your podcast. So
right,
plug it real quick.
Check out the Pimpoholic CD podcast. Google me, YouTube me, all that shit, and everything will pop up. It'll make sense. That way you'll know what he saw.
And you'll see the background and all that.
Right. So this nigga walk in the office and see all that shit, right? And to keep in mind, the first time we saw each other, we didn't speak. We mean mugged each other. We didn't speak. He come in the office, right? He look around the wall. He looking at everything. He was like, say, homie, you rap? I said, yeah, I rap, bro. So that's when he started opening up. He was like, so what, man, what you doing out here? You work for the company? I'm like, yeah, I work for the company. What you do? I told him all the roles I was playing for the company, what we was working on. He was like, so you down with us, huh? You fam? I said, yeah. Oh, okay, I fuck with that. He gave me that. This what this nigga said, bro. This one I knew he was crazy right here. This what this nigga said. He said, hey, man, say, bro, I'm going to tell you, man. You remember the other day when you walked in Carol's office and you looked me up and down, you ain't speak to me? He said, I like that shit. I be doing niggas like that, too. You follow what I'm saying? I said, man, this nigga here crazy as hell, bro. This nigga said, the way you looked at me and didn't speak to me, I like that you did that because I do niggas like that, too, bro. He said, yeah, I fuck with that shit, man. He dapped me up and whooped me. I fuck with that shit, man. What's your number, Round? What's your number? We switched numbers and all that. You feel me? This was like on a Wednesday or Thursday. Saturday, this nigga called me. It was like, man, where you at? Where you live at? I'm finna come pick you up and get you out the house. Nigga came and picked me up, got me out the house, took me around the city. Because at the time, I didn't know nobody in New Orleans at that time. You feel me? So he came and picked me up, took me around the city, showed me the different hoods. This is that, this uptown, this downtown. These niggas in tour with these niggas, so watch that type of shit. He had pretty much, he put me up on the whole street element of New Orleans about what was going on. You follow what I'm saying? And kind of let me be aware of what to look out for when I'm in certain places and shit like that. So from there, me and Mike just formed a bond. You know what I'm saying? And that was my dog from there. God, Snipe, and Hot Kills, them my brothers right there. But Mike was the first one to embrace me. You feel me? But all of them my brothers, but he was the first one to embrace me. You follow what I'm saying? Come pick me up, get me out the house, and just be like, man, what you doing this weekend, man? You ain't doing nothing, man. I'm finna come get you. Or even when I would fly home like for Christmas or something like that, this nigga called me, man, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So just shit that he did outside of the music that was just genuine. You follow what I'm saying? Because I'm saying all that to say this. When people see him on camera, he on that killer shit, he on that head busting shit. But outside of that, man, Mike was a genuine soul, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the side I saw him on top of whatever else everybody else saw. You dig? And then another thing, he had a hustle to him. Like when we was working on the BG albums, right? I was a studio engineer, so I would always record the Chopper City Boys in the studio. We had probably 75 to 100 unreleased songs on them. Some solo songs, some group songs, some with just 2 or 3 of them on there together or whatever. We had a bunch of unreleased songs on them. So I had a meeting with all 4 of them and told them, hey, man, listen, while we're working on G's album, y'all should put out a mixtape on y'all own, bro. Put out a group mixtape and put out a solo mixtape. That way y'all can build y'all own buzz outside of him. You follow what I'm saying? I told everybody that. God Snipe, How Kills the Land, Mike. Mike was the first one to take heed to that. I said that shit, say today. The next day, this nigga called me and was like, hey, man, what you doing this weekend? You going home or you staying in the city? No, I'm staying in the city. And I'm finna come to the studio, man. I want to pay you a little money, man. Put something in your pocket. I want you to go through the computer, man, and pull out all my solo songs and 2 or 3 group songs and put them on the CD for me. I did that. 3 days later, the niggas came back with 1,000 CDs, bro. He done paid somebody $200 to press up 1,000 CDs. You follow what I'm saying? Do the math on that.
That was a good number.
Yeah, $200 press up 1,000 CDs,
that was
bro.
a good number.
1,000, and the name of the CD was called VL Mike Ain't About No Games. That was the first solo VL Mike mixtape. You follow what I'm saying? That's what made him start building his buzz outside of the group right there. You follow what I'm saying? He started slanging the bitches for $10 a piece, $200 for 1,000 CDs, $10 a piece. He was slanging them bitches. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he started building the buzz outside of the group. You follow what I'm saying?
So do you think that's what made it easier for him to move on after he left Chopper City because he followed that advice and?
I ain't gonna say it made it easier for him to move on because when he tried to move on, it was.
I mean musically, not all the other stuff.
It made him stand out outside of the group because we got a 4-man group, and this is the first dude to release a solo project. All of them had the knowledge to do that. He was the first one to actually jump on that shit. You follow what I'm saying? So they definitely separate him from the group as far as the buzz and the solo shit. You follow what I'm saying? He went on doing the solo thing. He did the group shit, but he had a solo buzz or whatever. He was doing solo shows and shit like that. You follow what I'm saying? Now fast forward, April 2008, I fly home to Tennessee to work on my City of Chat documentary. You follow what I'm saying? I get a call out the blue from Lady Dollar. I picked the phone up. She said, Ma, man, Anthony Murray was BG's manager. She said, Anthony just called me and said VL Mike got killed. I said, what? What happened? I don't know. He just said VL Mike got killed, and she hung up. I called Anthony. Anthony picked the phone up. He just hung up. He didn't say nothing. He just picked the phone up and hung up. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this going on right here, man? You know what I'm saying? So then I called a few people in New Orleans, and I get the same. I think I called Snipe. I think I called Snipe from Chopper City Boys. He told me the same shit. I called Carol. Carol told me the same shit. So I'm like, man, because I had just talked to Mike a week before. You feel me? This nigga, even though once he left the label, he left the label, and he was dissing BG and all this old shit. You follow what I'm saying? I didn't like him doing that, but I knew it would have got worked out eventually. Because Mike was still family to us. You follow what I'm saying? So I know that shit would have worked out. But even when he was doing that, he would still call me and be like, man, what's up? How you doing? I'm just hollering at you, man. What's going on? We'll do this and that. So me and Mike stayed in touch. You follow what I'm saying? I was still loyal to my situation, but I would take his call and holler at him. You know what I'm saying? So I got the call saying he got killed. I'm like, man, I just talked to this nigga last week. What the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? So I got the scoop on what happened or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, damn, he dead, bro. He got caught slipping in Gentilly in New Orleans, and that happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace, VL Mike. This is my nigga. Much love, whatever. I just want to give y'all the scoop of how me and Mike met and how we bonded.
Hold on, before you close it out, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And I know it's one of those things, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Where do you think Mike would be at musically right now if he wouldn't have been murdered?
Damn, that's a good question, bro. Damn, that's a good question.
For somebody that follows the culture, you know, diehard BG fan. BG the one that got me listening to Cash Money. Before that, I was No Limit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't like you. I ain't like the fact that I looked at it like, bro, you biting a hand to put you in the situation you in. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I followed the culture. I knew how tight they was, and like you said, it would have gotten worked out.
It definitely would have got worked out. Definitely, yeah.
But musically, even after Chopper City, I still followed him musically.
Right.
So where do you think he would have been at?
I think Mike would be one of them if he was alive. Damn, that's a good ass question, bro. Damn.
You ain't never thought about that.
Nah, honestly, I haven't, bro. I haven't. But me knowing him and knowing what his hustle and drive was, if that hadn't happened to him, and he was around right now with this era of how the music industry has changed and all that, I would see Mike getting a lot of YouTube money off of uploading content, you feel what I'm saying, whether it's his personality or just new videos or just posting in the hood. I can see him going that route right there. I can see him using his name to work with a bunch of the newer artists, you follow what I'm saying, getting verses for free, you know what I'm saying, like, because this nigga slick as a motherfucker, bro. A nigga charging $30,000, Mike can come back next week. I just did a song with Lil Baby. How the hell you pull that off, man? You know, man, blah, blah, you heard me. You know what I'm saying? I can see Mike doing some shit like that, man. So if he was alive now, he would definitely be in the mix. You follow what I'm saying? He would be in the mix. And honestly, bro, I say this too. If he was alive right now, at this day and age, I could see him saying free BG. You feel me? I could see him yelling that free BG. I could see that right there for sure. And me and Mike would have probably had a whole album together. We got a mixtape together. Matter of fact, we got a mixtape together called what's the name of the mixtape we did? The Rebirth of Gangsta Shit. The Rebirth of Gangsta Shit. That's the name of the Maul the Pimp and VL Mike mixtape. It's online right now. So go Google that. Maul the Pimp, VL Mike, The Rebirth of Gangsta Shit. We got a full mixtape together. You follow what I'm saying? But if Mike was alive, me and him would definitely be getting it in. You follow what I'm saying? Definitely be getting it in. And I can see Mike supporting the Free BG movement. And I can see him locking in with a bunch of newer artists and also just flooding YouTube. You feel me? And probably going on a bunch of these big boy podcasts and telling his story. He would be in the mix doing that if he was alive right now. You follow what I'm saying? So, again, that's my dog. That's my dude. Rest in peace, VL Mike. Much love. Love that dude, man. Miss that dude. You did. And that's another edition of Stories from the Pimp. So go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to Pimpoholic TV. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Maul the Pimp. And make sure you go to my website, www.maulthepimp.com. Salute. We out here.